Well, we know every neighborhood wants to have safe streets. Well, one neighborhood wants even safer streets, and a Northern Virginia community is on a path to make that happen by forcing drivers to slow down dramatically. Fox 5's David KAPLAN is live in Alexandria. And David, tell us all about this plan that they have in this neighborhood.
Well, Rob, I grew up in the western half of Virginia, even covered the area for 3 years, but did not know until today that the statutory required speed limit can't be lower is 25 for residential and business areas. That is, of course, until last year when the legislature passed and the governor signed basically the ability to municipalities to lower the speed limit in those areas to 15 miles an hour if they so choose. Alexandria voted to do just that, be able to take a look at doing this across the city. Their council did this last week. I talked to some neighbors today who says yes.
I love the idea, just because I've lived here for 30 years and I've even crossed the street and had to be really careful because I've already almost got hit by a car. And I have a special needs son, and we have been very concerned since we moved in about the traffic going so fast on this street.
All right, let's break this down for you. Last week, Alexandria Council unanimously voted to give the town manager the ability and authority to do this as laid out in Virginia's new law. A representative from Alexandria's Department of Transportation says changes to speed limits will not happen immediately. They will start with a pilot program, study one neighborhood in town over the next year, come up with some criteria that they'll use to look at potentially lowering speed limits on other streets across the city. Most people we talk to in town say they welcome this. Even neighbors who say that speeding isn't a problem in their neighborhood, they agree with the idea of potentially lowering it to 15, both to protect bikers and kids and generally slow drivers down. So we'll certainly kind of keep tabs on how all this shakes out in the coming years, especially here in Alexandria, Rob.
So they want to lower the speed limit by 10 miles an hour there. So do we know about any other places in Virginia that have lowered speed limits like this?
Yes, they have actually. Arlington County voted last fall to reduce the speed limits in some school zones from 25 to 20 miles an hour as part of this Virginia law that was passed last year. So some areas taking advantage of this thus far. Robert.
All right, that is our David KAPLAN in Alexandria. David, thank you.